Chosen one. Heaven has pressed pause on everything around you so that you could hear this. You are not scrolling here by accident, not stumbling upon these words. By coincidence, this is divine arrangement. Listen carefully, because there is a word carved into eternity that has been released for you right now. You have carried weight that most cannot imagine. There were nights when your pillow soaked in tears, days when you forced a smile, though your heart was collapsing. You endured betrayal, rejection, and silence that screamed louder than words. Yet you are still here, still breathing, still standing. And that is not ordinary. That is evidence. It is proof that you are set apart, proof that God's hand has preserved you for something beyond imagination. Chosen one. You need to know this. It is a privilege for others to stand in your presence. Your life is not cheap. Your calling is not common. And your future cannot be stolen. Some treated you as disposable, but they were blind to the treasure God wrapped inside of you. Some walked away, thinking they left you broken, but all they did was position you closer to your crown. You are marked, sealed, and destined. And though people may not always celebrate you, heaven does. Angels move when you pray. The atmosphere shifts when you walk into a room, and chains begin to loosen simply because your spirit carries freedom. You are not ordinary. You are a divine disruption to darkness, a living testimony that God still breathes His power into chosen vessels. This is the moment where you rise into awareness. The enemy has fought you so violently because he fears what you will become once you recognize your true identity. That whisper that says, "You are insignificant," a lie. That inner critic that tries to chain you to past mistakes, a counterfeit voice. You were never meant to blend in. You were designed to stand out. As the Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart, appointed you prophet to the nations." You were known before you ever arrived here. You were consecrated before your first cry. Heaven already stamped its seal upon your destiny. That is why you feel different. That is why, no matter how hard you try, you cannot fit into shallow places or shrink yourself into someone else's mold. The divine imprint refuses to let you settle. Chosen one. Hear this. You are walking evidence that God still writes miracles in flesh and blood. Your story is not an accident. It is an unfolding prophecy. Every setback was set up. Every delay was protection. Every disappointment was redirection. You thought the door was slammed to punish you, but it was only to reroute you toward the one that leads to abundance. Do not be fooled by how small your surroundings may look now. Royalty is often hidden before the coronation. Diamonds are buried deep before they shine. Seeds look insignificant, but within them is a forest. You are carrying more than you see in the mirror. Your potential is thundering beyond what your current season reveals. And because of this, you must guard yourself carefully. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone who claps for you is truly for you. Some people only attach themselves to your light because they hope to dim it. But you are called to higher discernment. Protect your energy. Guard your anointing. Recognize the weight of your calling. This is your coronation call. This is the announcement that you are rising into the awareness of who you truly are. No more hiding. No more shrinking. No more apologizing for your existence. The crown fits your head. The mantle rests on your shoulders. The fire burns in your spirit. And every force of darkness that tried to convince you otherwise is trembling because you are finally awakening. So pause for a moment. Breathe deeply. Let this truth penetrate you. You are chosen. You are sealed. You are appointed. And no opposition. No curse. No lie. No weapon can undo the decree of heaven over your life. Below, chosen one. Step boldly now. Do not be afraid of your greatness. Do not apologize for your glow. Do not minimize what heaven magnified. Rise, because your time is now. If this word is striking your spirit, honor it with action. Like, share, and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. And as a prophetic act, declare it in the comments by writing this number, 77. This is your seal of agreement, your public declaration that you hear heaven and you are ready. Chosen one. Listen closely. Every scar you carry has a story, and every story has a purpose. The tears you cried in silence, the nights you questioned whether you would even make it through, the wounds left behind by betrayal and rejection, none of it is wasted. Heaven saw it all. Nothing slipped through unnoticed. Even when people dismissed your pain as weakness, the throne of God recorded it as evidence of your endurance. There were moments you thought you were invisible, when you felt like no one truly understood the weight pressing on your chest. And yet, while others could not see the depth of your suffering, heaven was leaning in closer. Every time you whispered prayers that seemed unanswered, God was weaving the answer into your story in ways you couldn't see yet. Every broken season was shaping the foundation for the authority you will walk in now. Your scars are not shameful reminders of failure. They are holy marks of survival. Each one testifies that you went through the fire, but the fire did not consume you. Each one declares that storms raged, but you did not drown. You were pressed, but not crushed, struck down, but never destroyed. These scars are proof you are still standing, and they whisper louder than the lies that tried to silence you. And let it be clear, people may have wounded you, but God is the one who will heal you. The betrayals, the abandonment, the words thrown at you to break your spirit, they were painful, but they will not define you. What defines you is the truth spoken from heaven about your life. And that truth is greater than the memory of your wounds. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 147, verse 3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Do you see it? The very places you thought would bleed forever are the places God chooses to pour His oil of healing. The cracks in your heart are being filled with divine light. The same spaces that hurt you the most will one day become the spaces where you comfort others. You will be the one who says, I know what that valley feels like, but I also know the God who brings you out. And there is a strength inside you that even you have not fully recognized yet. If you were truly fragile, you would not have survived what you endured. The very fact that you are breathing right now is proof of your resilience. People underestimated you because they could not see how God was carrying you when your strength had run out. They thought the weight would crush you, but it only deepened your roots. Think back for a moment, those seasons when you felt like you were walking through shadows. Remember how it seemed impossible to move forward. Yet somehow you took another step. That was not coincidence. That was divine preservation. Even when you felt abandoned, you were never alone. Your scars testify not just of what hurt you, but of who held you together when everything was falling apart. Chosen one. The world often hides scars, treating them as imperfections. But in heaven's eyes, scars are crowns. They are signs that you carried more than most could bear and still emerged with your faith intact. They are marks of authenticity, proof that you are not speaking theories, but living testimonies. Do not cover them in shame. Hold them up as banners of survival. Yes, you were broken, but you were also rebuilt. Yes, you were crushed, but you were also restored. Yes, you were wounded, but you were also healed. And now, your scars glisten like precious jewels because they reflect the story of redemption. What others used to mock will one day become the very thing that gives them hope. The same mouth that once said you wouldn't make it will marvel when you stand in victory. The scars you carry will preach louder than any sermon. They will prove that even in pain, God is faithful. Chosen one. Lean into this truth. You are not defined by what hurt you. You are defined by who healed you. Your past does not diminish your worth. It magnifies your calling, for only those who have walked through valleys can guide others out of them. Only those who have been wounded can truly carry compassion for the wounded. So let your scars breathe. Do not silence their testimony. Every healed wound carries authority. Every mark on your soul sings a song of survival. And heaven is proud of you not because you pretended to be unbreakable, but because you remained unshaken even when you were broken. Let this sink deep. Your scars are sacred. Your scars are strength. Your scars are proof that darkness lost. Chosen one. What has been hidden within you is about to be revealed. For so long, you have walked with gifts that felt strange, strengths you could not explain, sensitivities that set you apart from the crowd. Some people called you too much, while others dismissed you as different. But heaven calls you chosen. What others misunderstood was actually evidence of the light you carry. The fire in you terrifies darkness. Your presence alone shifts the atmosphere. Even when you say nothing, your silence speaks volumes. This is why you have been resisted so heavily. The enemy fights hardest against those who carry the greatest treasures. But today, I need you to open your eyes and realize you are not ordinary. You are equipped, empowered, and destined to disrupt every shadow around you. These hidden gifts were not random. They were woven into your being before your birth. When you feel the urge to encourage someone, when you see visions in dreams, when your words pierce hearts with unusual clarity, those are not accidents. Those are manifestations of heaven's fingerprints upon your soul. They are the evidence that you have been entrusted with a mission that requires more than human strength. According to what is revealed in the letter to the Romans, chapter 12, verse 6, we have different gifts, according to the grace given to each of us. This means your uniqueness is not a flaw, it is divine strategy. The way you think differently, feel deeply, and act boldly is not by mistake, it is by design. Heaven gave you these abilities so you could accomplish something only you can do. That is why comparison will kill your joy. The moment you try to be like someone else, you dilute the power of what God uniquely placed in you. Do you see it now? The reason you do not fit into shallow circles is because you are called to deeper waters. The reason average environments suffocate you is because you are marked for greatness. You cannot survive in places of mediocrity because your soul was wired for excellence. But here is the truth. Hidden gifts often remain dormant until you recognize and activate them. And activation requires boldness. It requires faith. It requires you to say, I will not bury what God has entrusted to me. Chosen one. Your season of hiding is over. The world is waiting for the sound of your voice, the touch of your hands, the wisdom of your spirit. Do not allow fear to silence you. Do not allow shame to bury you. Do not allow doubt to chain you. What is inside you is bigger than the opinions around you. Heaven trusts you with what others cannot handle. That is why you feel the weight of responsibility. That is why you cannot ignore the pull of your calling. And now, I ask you to do something bold. Type these words in the comments. I awaken now. This is not just text, it is a declaration. It is you announcing to the world and to yourself that you refuse to stay hidden. It is you choosing to step into the fullness of your divine identity. When you write it, you are sealing the moment in faith, marking your spirit as ready for activation. Chosen one. Your awakening is more than personal, it is generational. When you rise, others will follow. When you speak, chains will break. When you move in obedience, heaven will release miracles through your life. Your courage to use your gift will unlock courage in others to do the same. So let the fire within you burn brighter. Stop second-guessing your worth. Stop apologizing for your power. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. Your assignment requires your full shine. Your destiny demands your full voice. Your calling insists that you embrace your full strength. Yes, you are different, and that difference is divine. Yes, you are set apart, and that separation is sacred. Yes, you are chosen, and that calling is unshakable. From this day forward, refuse to bury your gifts. Refuse to hide your treasures. Refuse to silence your voice. Step boldly into your identity, because the world desperately needs what you carry. Chosen one. You are awakening now, and nothing will ever be the same again. Chosen one. There are moments in life when heaven interrupts the ordinary and demands your attention. This is one of those moments. Divine interruptions are never accidents. They are sacred collisions between eternity and time. They shake you out of routine, pull you out of comfort, and place you at a crossroads where a decision must be made. You have felt it before, that sudden stirring in your spirit when everything around you seemed normal, but something inside whispered, "Pay attention." Those whispers are not random. They are heaven's alarm, reminding you that destiny cannot be delayed forever. While others can afford to drift, you cannot. While others can procrastinate, you are too chosen to waste the gift of time. Divine interruptions are both mercy and warning. Mercy, because they give you a chance to realign before it's too late. Warning, because if ignored, they will pass and leave you unchanged. You know the feeling, that tugging in your chest when you are about to compromise, that conviction pressing on your conscience when you are about to settle for less. These are not just emotions, they are divine interventions. As the Apostle reminds us in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 2, "Now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation." Do you hear the urgency in that? Not tomorrow. Not when you feel more ready. Not when conditions are perfect. Now, chosen one. Heaven is placing you in a moment that requires response. You cannot postpone obedience and expect destiny to wait. Every divine interruption is a window, and windows do not stay open forever. Think of Jonah, running from the assignment placed upon him. The storm that nearly destroyed the ship was not random weather, it was a divine interruption. Think of Saul on the road to Damascus. The blinding light that threw him to the ground was not a coincidence, it was a divine interruption. In both stories, God shattered comfort to awaken calling, and He will do the same for you. These interruptions may come as crises, as losses, or as sudden shifts you did not plan. They may look like everything falling apart, but in reality, they are heaven reordering your steps. Sometimes God will allow what you cling to crumble, not to punish you, but to free you from what was never meant to hold you. Sometimes He will shut doors violently so you stop knocking on what cannot satisfy. Chosen one, do not despise the interruption. It is evidence that heaven refuses to let you drift into destruction. It is proof that God loves you too much to let you wander unchecked. Every disruption to your comfort is a summons to higher purpose. You are not being punished, you are being redirected. But here is the tension. Divine interruptions always demand a decision. Will you respond in surrender? Or will you resist and cling to what is familiar? The Israelites stood at the edge of the Red Sea, divinely interrupted in their escape. They could either go back to slavery or trust God to part the waters. Their choice determined their destiny, and so does yours. This is why your spirit feels restless. You sense the urgency, but cannot explain it. You feel the pull, but do not yet see the full picture. That restlessness is heaven pressing pause, waiting for your answer. Do not silence it. Do not numb it with distractions. Do not run from it with excuses. Divine interruptions are invitations to transformation. Remember this, God's interruptions are always aligned with His intention. If He disrupts your path, it is only because a greater way has been prepared. If He shakes your world, it is only to build it on an unshakable foundation. If He removes something, it is only to make room for something greater. Chosen one, you cannot cling to both compromise and calling. You cannot walk with both fear and faith. You cannot serve both darkness and light. Divine interruptions expose the crossroads, but you must choose the path. Mercy still speaks today, but it will not plead forever. Grace is abundant, but it is not cheap. This is the moment of decision. Look back at your life. How many times has heaven already intervened for you? How many accidents were avoided? How many times did provision arrive at the last moment? How many times did conviction pull you back from choices that could have destroyed you? These were not coincidences. They were divine interruptions, protecting your destiny even when you were unaware. And now, here you are, faced with yet another one. The call is clear. Align with heaven's will or risk being blinded by rebellion. This moment is holy ground. Take off the sandals of excuses, for the fire of destiny burns before you. Do not delay. Chosen one, the interruption is not punishment, it is mercy. The crossroads is not confusion, it is opportunity. And your decision today will echo into eternity. Chosen one, every step you take is part of a lineage much older than you. You are not simply walking forward, you are walking in the footsteps of those who came before. Men and women who carried light through the darkest valleys, who bore crowns of suffering, so future generations could wear crowns of glory. You are part of a holy chain, linked by faith, bound by divine design. Think of Abraham, leaving everything familiar to step into a promise he had never seen. Think of Esther, risking her life to stand in the gap for her people. Think of David, rejected by men, yet anointed by heaven. Each of them bore weight that others could not understand, and each of them stood where you stand now, at the threshold of destiny, trembling yet chosen. You, too, belong to this lineage. The same God who strengthened them strengthens you. The same Spirit who filled them fills you. As the Apostle Peter wrote in his first letter, chapter 2, verse 9, "You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." On chosen one, you are not wandering. You are carrying forward the legacy of the marked ones. You are evidence that the story has not ended. Heaven's scroll still unfolds through your life. The mantle on your shoulders is not light. It is the weight of generations. Others may not see it, but heaven does. Every time you rise, when you could have stayed down, you are fulfilling the prayers of those who came before you. Every time you choose obedience over compromise, you are writing a new chapter in the lineage of the faithful. And because this lineage is not ordinary, your response cannot be ordinary either. You cannot live as though your choices affect only you. Every decision you make ripples forward into the lives of those who will follow your path. Your yes to God today will open doors for your children, your community, and even strangers who will never know your name but will live under the covering of your obedience. This is why it matters that you nurture the flame within you. And this is where I want to speak to you, heart to heart. Just as a torch requires oil to burn, this flame requires fuel. That fuel is time in prayer. Yes, it is surrender. Yes, but it is also community. A fire burns brighter when it is joined with other flames. Alone, a candle flickers in the wind. Together, many candles light a city. Beloved, if these words are feeding your spirit, let your heart respond with generosity. Sharing this message is like passing the torch. Someone else stumbling in darkness may see the light because you chose to share it. Liking is more than a button. It is saying, "I honor this flame." Subscribing is not about numbers. It is about locking arms in this journey so the oil never runs dry. And if you feel led to give, let it be seen, not as obligation but as planting seed. Think of it this way. A farmer does not scatter seed carelessly. He plants it with expectation of a harvest. When you sow into a work that carries light, you are saying, "I believe in the harvest this light will bring." Your generosity becomes part of the lineage too. It tells future generations, someone believed enough to fuel this flame so it would not go out. End of. No gift is small. A drop of oil still feeds the fire. A single candle still breaks the dark. What matters is the heart behind it. The willingness to say, "I want this message to keep reaching, keep burning, keep awakening others." That is the spirit of true giving. Chosen one. Your life itself is already a gift, a spark lit from eternity. Do not underestimate how powerful it is when that spark touches another. Imagine a dry forest where one flame ignites thousands of trees. That is what happens when light is shared. It multiplies. When you share this message, when you stand with this calling, when you sow into this flame, You are part of heaven's multiplication. And as you do, know this: heaven is not blind to your sacrifice. Every act of generosity, every decision to support light in a world of shadows, is recorded. The same God who sees your scars sees your seeds, and what he sees, he multiplies. So, beloved chosen one, carry your lineage with pride. Remember who you are. Remember where you came from. And remember where you are going. You are part of a royal priesthood, a living testimony that darkness cannot win. And when you stand with this message, whether through prayer, through sharing, through subscribing, or through sowing, you are declaring to the world, the flame will not go out on my watch. You are chosen. You are marked. You are part of a story much greater than yourself. And now, the torch is in your hands. Chosen one, the path before you narrows now. What once felt wide and easy begins to tighten. The road of compromise may look smoother, but it will never carry you to destiny. The calling on your life requires discipline, vigilance, and courage. And though it may seem lonely, remember, narrow roads lead to wide horizons. There will be moments when temptation whispers louder than truth. Offers will come that look appealing but carry hidden chains. People may invite you to dilute your fire so you can fit in more easily. But chosen one, you cannot afford to bend. Every time you refuse to settle, every time you choose integrity over convenience, you are declaring to heaven and hell alike, I belong to the narrow way, and I will not be moved. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 14, "But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it." Notice this, only a few. The chosen will never be the majority. Do not expect applause for walking the path of holiness. Do not expect crowds to understand your choices. Destiny has never been about popularity. It has always been about obedience. You are not called to follow the crowd. You are called to lead by example. Even if you walk alone, the narrow road strips away what is unnecessary. You may lose relationships, but gain clarity. You may sacrifice comfort, but inherit strength. You may endure loneliness, but discover intimacy with God. The narrowing is not punishment, it is preparation. The tighter the path, the sharper your focus becomes. Heaven allows this because blurred vision cannot carry sacred assignments. Chosen one, do not mistake rejection for failure. The narrowing gate often pushes away those who cannot walk where you are going. It may hurt when people leave, but not all are meant to journey with you. Some were blessings for a season, not companions for destiny. Trust the pruning, it is proof you are moving forward. Your heart may ache as the road narrows, but take courage, you are never truly alone. Angels walk with you. The Spirit strengthens you, and heaven itself cheers you on. Though your circle becomes smaller, your impact grows greater. Narrow roads build warriors. Wide roads breed wanderers. And this is where I ask you to mark your decision. If your spirit bears witness that you are ready to embrace the narrow way, declare it boldly in the comments. 111. This is not just a number, it is a prophetic act. It symbolizes alignment, unity with heaven's will, and your agreement to walk the straight path no matter the cost. When you write 111, you are telling yourself, I refuse to be distracted. I choose the narrow way. You are telling the world, I may walk differently, but I walk with purpose. You are telling heaven, my heart is set, I will not turn back. Let this declaration strengthen you. For sometimes the act of writing becomes the first step toward living. Chosen one. There will be battles on this path. Temptations will test your resolve. Distractions will tug at your focus. But every time you feel weak, remember the promise, life is found here. Not temporary thrills, not fleeting applause, but eternal life. Your endurance on the narrow way secures not just your future, but the future of many who will be inspired by your courage. Picture this, a traveler walking a steep mountain path. The climb is exhausting. The road grows thinner, and the air feels heavy. Yet when they reach the summit, the view stretches farther than the eye can see. That is your destiny. The climb is hard, but the vision awaiting you is glorious. The narrow road is not punishment, it is elevation. You are being refined in this season. Every no you say to distraction is a yes to your crown. Every sacrifice you make is a step toward glory. Every tear shed in loneliness is water nourishing the seeds of your future harvest. The path may be narrow, but the outcome is limitless. So keep walking. Keep choosing the harder right over the easier wrong. Keep your eyes fixed forward, not backward. The gate is small, but you were created to fit through it. The road is narrow, but it was designed for your feet. You are not stumbling into destiny, you are walking there with divine precision. Chosen one. Embrace the narrowing. It proves you are chosen. It proves you are trusted. It proves you are on the right road. And every step you take whispers louder than words, I will not bow. I will not quit. I will not compromise. Chosen one. The world may see only a person walking through daily life, but in the unseen realm, you are clothed in armor. This is why the atmosphere shifts when you enter a room. This is why shadows grow restless when you pray. You are not fragile, though life has tried to convince you otherwise. You are covered, equipped, and armed with heavenly strength. Armor is not something you put on for appearance. It is necessity for survival. Warriors do not enter battle in silk. They enter clothed in steel. And you, beloved, are no ordinary warrior. Your calling is too great for flimsy coverings. Heaven itself has dressed you in strength to withstand every arrow aimed at your soul. The Spirit spoke through Paul in his letter to the Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 11, put on the full armor of God, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. Oh, do you see the instruction? Not half the armor, not occasional armor, the full armor. Every piece matters. Every layer protects. Every element has a purpose. The belt of truth wraps around you, holding everything in place when lies try to unravel your mind. The breastplate of righteousness guards your heart from the poison of guilt and shame. Your feet are fitted with the readiness of peace, allowing you to stand firm when chaos swirls around you. Then there is the shield of faith, extinguishing every flaming arrow of doubt and fear. There is the helmet of salvation, securing your thoughts in the assurance of who you are. And there is the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, sharp and decisive, cutting through deception with authority. This is not imaginary, it is reality. Each piece has already been given to you, but you must choose to wear it daily. Chosen one. The battles you face are not random. They are carefully designed attacks. Schemes crafted to weaken your confidence, silence your voice, and dim your light. But when you remember your armor, you realize no scheme can prosper. The enemy does not fear those who simply exist. He fears those who remember they are armed. Think of David facing Goliath. To the natural eye, he was a boy with no chance. But he wore unseen armor, the confidence of truth, the covering of righteousness, the assurance of salvation. That armor proved stronger than bronze and heavier than iron. One stone in the hands of the armed was mightier than the entire arsenal of the unprepared. That same principle holds for you. Your presence is dangerous to darkness because you wear what cannot be removed by human hands. Even in seasons of weakness, your armor remains. Even when you doubt, the shield of faith still stands ready. Even when lies whisper, the belt of truth holds firm. This is why you survive battles others did not. You are covered in divine strategy. But armor is not only for defense, it is for confidence. A soldier dressed in steel walks differently than one exposed. And so must you. Walk with the assurance that you are not uncovered. Live with the confidence that you are not vulnerable prey. Even when storms rage, you can stand tall, because you are equipped with what no storm can strip away. Chosen one. Understand this. Your armor intimidates what once terrified you. What used to paralyze you now trembles at your approach. Depression may attempt to whisper, but it sees the sword at your side. Fear may try to rise, but it notices the shield in your hand. Shame may knock at your door, but it recognizes the helmet of salvation on your head. You are no longer easy prey. You are a fortified warrior. Yes, the battles will come. Yes, the arrows will fly. Yes, the schemes will multiply, but none of them will succeed. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. The cross already secured what you now walk in. The armor is not borrowed, it is your inheritance. So, rise each morning with awareness. Before you step into the day, clothe yourself intentionally. Whisper truth. Declare righteousness. Hold peace. Lift faith. Guard salvation. And wield the word. Step out, knowing that nothing formed against you can break through what heaven has placed upon you. Chosen one. Do not fear the battlefield. You were born for it. You were dressed for it. And you will prevail in it. Chosen one. There is something you must understand. The opposition you face is not endless. The battles you fight are not eternal. Darkness may roar loudly now, but its days are numbered. Every scheme that has risen against you is already on a clock, and heaven holds the timer. The enemy's energy may seem relentless, but it is fueled by desperation, because even he knows his time is short. This is why you have felt so pressed lately, why resistance seems heavier with every step. The enemy throws his strongest weapons at you, not because you are weak, but because he knows you are closer than ever to break through. He would not waste his arsenal on someone with no future. He fights hardest against those carrying crowns. And understand this too, pressure is a sign of proximity. Just as labor pains intensify right before delivery, so the struggles you face intensify right before birthing. The chaos around you is not proof of failure, but proof that something is about to emerge. The shaking in your world is the trembling of barriers breaking. Every trial is announcing, you are closer than you think. It was written in the scroll of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord. Do you hear the certainty in those words? No weapon, not some weapons, not most weapons, no weapon. The attacks may form, the arrows may fly, the traps may be set, but none of them can succeed against what God has decreed. The very heritage of the chosen is victory. Vindication is not something you strive for, it is something already promised. Chosen one. The enemy counts his days nervously, because each sunrise brings you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. He hoped you would give up before reaching this moment. He thought the betrayals would silence you. The pain would paralyze you. The storms would drown you. Yet you are still here, scarred but standing, pressed but unbroken. Your endurance testifies that his strategies have already failed. Look at your life closely. How many times did darkness plan your downfall? Yet heaven turned it into elevation. What was meant to bury you became the soil that grew you. What was meant to chain you became the pressure that refined you. Every end the enemy tried to write has already been rewritten by the author of life. That is why he is terrified, because nothing he does can cancel what heaven has sealed. Understand this. The enemy's power is loud, but limited. It roars like a lion, but he is not the lion. His voice is thunderous, but his authority is fractured. His plans may delay you, but they cannot deny you. Every attack exposes his desperation, because a defeated foe always thrashes hardest before collapse. Chosen one. You must also learn the posture of victory. Do not waste time arguing with accusations. Every tongue that rises against you will be silenced, not by your defense, but by God's vindication. Your role is to stand. Your assignment is to endure. The verdict is already written. The more you try to defend yourself in human terms, the more you step out of the assurance heaven already gave you. Rest in the knowledge that vindication is inevitable. Consider this. When the Israelites were pursued by Pharaoh's army, it looked like the end, trapped between the sea and the enemy. Fear screamed, louder than faith. Yet the sea was not a barrier, it was a stage for God's glory. The waters split, the people crossed, and the pursuing army was swallowed whole. Their enemies had counted the days of Israel's freedom, but it was their own days that were numbered. This same principle surrounds you now. What seems impossible is the very canvas where God will display his power. What feels like the end is only the prelude to deliverance. The opposition you face is not permanent, it is perishable. And soon, you will look back and realize the very battles that threatened to consume you became testimonies that crown you. Chosen one. Let this truth settle deep. Your enemies are temporary, but your destiny is eternal. Their voices fade, but your calling endures. Their threats crumble, but your crown remains. Do not be deceived by the noise of opposition. The louder it grows, the closer you are to breakthrough. So stand tall, lift your head, walk with assurance. For every scheme is already unraveling. Every weapon is already failing. Every accusation is already silenced. The countdown has begun, and it is not yours, it is theirs. Chosen one. There comes a moment when you can no longer remain silent, when the treasure inside you must be activated, Gifts are not meant to sleep forever. Power is not meant to stay hidden. And your spirit is restless now because heaven is stirring you to rise into your assignment. Activation is not simply about activity, it is about alignment. You can run in circles endlessly and never activate your purpose. But when your will aligns with God's design, every step becomes charged with authority. Heaven waits for your yes. Because once you agree, doors open, chains break, and light spreads through the very places that once tried to suffocate you. And remember this, silence may have protected you in the past, but now it only limits you. The world needs your sound. Your testimony is a weapon, your story, a map for those lost in darkness. Do not hide what heaven entrusted to you. The time for silence has ended. The time for activation has begun. Chosen one, understand this. Your voice carries weight. It is not empty sound. Words shaped by heaven have the ability to shift atmospheres, dismantle, release, and release freedom. The enemy knows this, which is why he has tried so hard to silence you. He filled your life with doubt, shame, and fear, hoping you would muzzle yourself. But today, the muzzle comes off. According to what is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Your words are not casual. They are weapons. They can either build or destroy, release blessing or curse, declare freedom or bind chains. This is why you must choose carefully what you speak. Chosen one, your assignment in this moment is to let life pour out of your mouth. Speak what heaven says. Even if your circumstances look opposite, declare light. Even when darkness surrounds you, activation begins with declaration. Nothing shifts until something is spoken. Remember how creation itself began, not with hands but with words. Let there be light. And light came rushing into existence. In the same way, your world will change when you open your mouth with boldness. So here is what I ask you to do in the comments. Declare these words: I choose life. This is not just a phrase. It is a battle cry. It is you taking your authority back from silence. It is you declaring that despair will not own your voice. Fear will not own your choices. And darkness will not own your future. When you type, I choose life, you are doing more than writing. You are activating. You are telling yourself, I will not agree with death in my thoughts. You are telling heaven, I align with life-giving words. You are telling hell, your attempt to mute me has failed. This simple declaration carries the weight of transformation. Chosen one, imagine the ripple effect. Your words today become seeds planted in tomorrow. If you declare life over your family, healing can begin. If you declare life over your dreams, creativity awakens. If you declare life over your mind, peace starts to bloom. This is the mystery of activation. It begins as sound but manifests as reality. This is why you must guard your speech. Do not waste it on gossip or curses. Do not use it to tear yourself down. Speak life into your reflection. Speak life into your children. Speak life into your future. The authority of your words is too powerful to be squandered on negativity. Activation also requires courage. Fear will whisper, what if nothing changes? Doubt will question, what if your words fall flat? But the truth is this, Every time you declare life, something shifts even if you cannot see it yet. Seeds take time to sprout, but growth always begins beneath the surface. Chosen one, this is your prophetic assignment. Awaken your tongue to its true calling. No longer let silence hold you hostage. No longer let fear control your speech. No longer let despair script your narrative. You are chosen to speak, and what you speak will shape the atmosphere around you. Do not underestimate the power of small declarations. A few words can break centuries of generational silence. A single sentence can ignite revival in a weary soul. One whisper of life can outshout the screams of death. This is why heaven presses you now, because your words are about to create new realities. So rise. Chosen one, open your mouth. Declare boldly, for your voice carries the authority of heaven itself. Chosen one, there is a shift taking place inside of you. What once felt hidden and fragile is now rising as authority. You are stepping into rulership, not as the world defines it with crowns of gold and thrones of stone, but with an unseen scepter, a spiritual authority that commands light to stand and darkness to scatter. This authority was not earned by human achievement, it was entrusted by heaven itself. Think of a shepherd holding a rod. To others, it looks like a simple stick, but in his hands, it becomes a weapon of protection and a tool of guidance. That is how heaven has clothed you. The authority you carry may not look impressive to the world, but when you speak, storms obey. When you move, obstacle part. When you declare, chains snap. Your life is proof that authority does not come from titles or applause, but from the seal of God upon your soul. The Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19, declares, I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. Chosen one. This means you walk into rooms carrying more weight than any earthly ruler. Invisible kingdoms tremble at your presence because they recognize the mark on you. You may not feel powerful, but authority is not about feeling. It is about position, and heaven has positioned you above, not beneath. But authority is like a seed. It grows as you exercise it. A king who never speaks decrees might as well be silent. A soldier who never lifts his weapon may as well be unarmed. Authority must be activated through action. Every time you choose to speak life, to reject compromise, to declare God's truth over your circumstances, you are exercising your authority. Now hear this. When you support what feeds your spirit, you are watering the soil of your own authority. Imagine a lamp. It shines only when connected to a source. In the same way, your authority shines brightest when you stay connected. When you keep fueling the flame. Sharing this message is like carrying a torch into dark corners where someone else desperately needs light. Subscribing is like planting your flag and saying, this is where I choose to grow. And giving, yes. Giving is more than money. It is sacrifice transformed into seed. Picture a farmer holding kernels of wheat. If he eats them all, the hunger of tomorrow will crush him. But if he sows, if he trusts the ground, a harvest multiplies. When you sow into works that spread light, you are not just giving, you are planting into eternity. You are saying, let this flame burn brighter, reach further, last longer. Chosen one. I want you to understand this from the heart. No act of support is wasted. A share could be the reason someone on the edge of despair finds hope. A like could help push this light into the path of someone who has prayed for a sign. A donation could be the very oil that keeps the flame alive for the next generation. You may think it small, but in heaven's economy, small seeds grow into mighty forests. Authority also carries responsibility. To be trusted with influence means you must steward it wisely. Do not use your light to boast or to dominate. Use it to heal, to lift, to restore. The world is not in need of more rulers who sit on thrones. It is desperate for shepherds who lead with compassion, who know authority is not control but service. Think of Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. The most powerful man in the room chose to kneel. That is what true authority looks like, not demanding honor, but giving it, not hoarding blessing, but multiplying it. Chosen one. Your authority will shine brightest when you wield it in humility. And so, I speak to you as one entrusted with a flame. Keep this fire alive. If it has spoken to you, pass it on. Share it with another traveler who needs direction. If it has fed your spirit, anchor yourself here. Subscribe so you don't miss the next step of the journey. And if you feel the pull, sow into this work. Your seed becomes oil, and your oil becomes fire that lights nations. Chosen one. The time has come to stop questioning your worth. Authority is not waiting for your perfection. It flows from your obedience. Lift your head. Square your shoulders. Walk in the confidence that you have been entrusted with a mantle that cannot be removed. Wherever you go, light follows. Wherever you speak, truth echoes. Wherever you stand, darkness flees. This is who you are, crowned not by man, but by heaven, chosen one. Sometimes the fires of life feel unbearable. The losses, the disappointments, the stripping away of things you thought you could not live without. These moments burn. And in the burning, you wonder if you are being punished, if somehow you failed. But I tell you the truth. What you call punishment is refinement. What you call loss is shaping. What feels like destruction is actually preparation for glory. There are seasons when God allows you to walk through fire, not to consume you, but to purify you. Gold, as beautiful as it is filled with impurities until it passes through flame. Silver shines only after it has been refined again and again. In the same way, your calling demands a depth of purity that can only be birthed in heat. And remember this, every flame that surrounds you is controlled by heaven's hand. The fire may feel wild, but it is not without limits. It is not sent to destroy you, but to expose what is eternal within you. Just as a sculptor chisels away stone to reveal hidden beauty, so too does refinement uncover the masterpiece inside your soul. Chosen one. Even in the fire, you are never abandoned. The furnace of testing is also the place of divine companionship. The same God who allowed the heat also steps inside it with you. His presence is your shield, His breath your strength. And when you emerge, you will not even smell like smoke, only shine with the radiance of one preserved by grace. We are reminded in the Psalms, chapter 66, verse 10, "For you, God, tested us, you refined us like silver." And, chosen one, do not despise the testing. The fire is never random. It is targeted, intentional, precise. God does not waste suffering. Every trial you endured carved something into your soul: patience, resilience, compassion, strength that comfort could never have taught you. Every tear that fell in secret watered the soil for a harvest greater than your imagination. Remember how Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and locked in prison. To human eyes, it looked like disaster, but heaven's perspective saw refinement. Each layer of loss stripped away pride, sharpened wisdom, and prepared him to govern a nation. The same is true for you. Your scars are not just reminders of pain, they are credentials for the authority you will carry. Refinement is often lonely. Others may not understand why your journey looks harder than theirs. They see only the fire, not the treasure being uncovered inside you. Do not compare your path with theirs. Different callings require different refining. Some are polished lightly because their assignments are small. You, chosen one, are forged intensely because your crown is weighty. Loss teaches what abundance cannot. When you lose friends, you discover who truly belongs. When you lose opportunities, you learn discernment. When you lose comfort, you find strength you didn't know you had. Each subtraction in your life is heaven's calculation, ensuring that when you rise, you will not be bound by unnecessary weight. Chosen one, you may feel like pieces of you have been broken beyond repair, but know this: broken vessels shine brightest when light pours through the cracks. Your brokenness is not the end of your story, it is the place where grace makes you whole. What you lost has only made space for what heaven is sending. Refinement also protects. Sometimes God strips away things you begged him to preserve because he knows they would have corrupted your destiny. The relationship that ended, the job that slipped away, the dream that collapsed, it all felt like punishment. But it was protection. Heaven saw what you could not. The fire removed what would have poisoned your future. Chosen one. When you walk through fire, remember that you do not walk alone. Just as the fourth man appeared in the furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, so too does God walk with you. The flames may roar, but they cannot consume. The smoke may rise, but it cannot cling. You are not abandoned in the heat, you are escorted through it. One day soon, you will look back and realize the fire did not destroy you, it defined you. You will see how what you lost gave you clarity, how what you endured gave you strength, how what was stripped away made room for the crown. Refinement was never meant to shame you. It was meant to shape you into a vessel strong enough to carry glory. So, lift your eyes from the flames. Do not curse the fire. It is your forge. Do not despise the loss. It is your preparation. The weight you feel is the molding of destiny pressing you into form. You are not being punished. You are being refined, polished, prepared for the unveiling that is to come. Chosen one, endure the fire. Soon, the shine of your spirit will be undeniable. Chosen one. There are moments in your journey when heaven decides to confirm what it has already spoken over you. These confirmations are not coincidences, they are signs, reminders, and seals that you are still on the right path, even when everything around you feels uncertain. What you carry is not just potential, it is a mantle, a sacred covering that marks you for divine purpose. Think of Gideon, unsure of himself, doubting his own calling. He asked for signs: a fleece, wet with dew, while the ground remained dry. And then the reverse. Heaven did not mock his need for assurance. Heaven answered, "Why?" Because God understands the weight of what it means to be chosen. Signs are not given to entertain, they are given to strengthen. The Gospel of Mark, chapter 16, verse 17 declares, "These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak in new tongues." Oh, chosen one. These words are not distant history. They are living promises. You have already seen glimpses of them. The moments when peace came suddenly in the middle of chaos, that was a sign. The dream that carried a message you could not have invented, that was a sign. The way doors opened after you prayed, that was a sign. The mantle upon you is heavy because it is generational. It does not only cover you, it covers those connected to you. This is why your life feels unusual. Others may drift without much consequence, but your steps carry weight. The mantle demands obedience, because the ripple of your choices reaches farther than you realize. Sometimes, signs arrive as disruptions. A relationship ends suddenly. A plan collapses. A path you thought was certain closes. It feels like loss. But in truth, it is heaven redirecting you. Other times, signs arrive as unexpected blessings, provision at the last moment, encouragement from a stranger, a sudden opportunity that feels tailor-made. Both the painful and the joyful carry the fingerprints of God. Chosen one. Pay attention. Do not dismiss what feels small. A whisper in prayer. A repeated number. A scripture that seems to echo everywhere you turn. These are not random. They are heaven's way of reminding you, I see you, I hear you, I am guiding you. But signs are not just for comfort, they are for activation. When heaven confirms, it expects you to move. The mantle on you is not decoration, it is equipment. To wear a mantle means to carry responsibility. Elijah passed his mantle to Elisha, and from that moment, Elisha could no longer live as an ordinary man. His life was demanded for greater works. So too, with you, the mantle requires that you walk differently, speak differently, live differently. It is not a burden to crush you, it is a covering to empower you. But it will always call you higher. You cannot shrink into old patterns when you are wrapped in destiny. And now, I ask you to acknowledge this moment. Heaven is marking you again through these words. As a prophetic act, write in the comments, 444. This is not just a number, it is a symbol. It speaks of stability, of being established, of divine alignment. When you type 444, you are saying, I recognize the signs. I accept the mantle. I choose to walk in alignment. Do not treat this lightly. Numbers may look simple, but faith transforms them into declarations. By writing 444, you are testifying that you see the signs. You trust the covering, and you are ready to carry the weight of your assignment. Chosen one. This journey is not about perfection, it is about awareness and obedience. Signs remind you that you are never walking blind. Mantles remind you that you are never walking empty. You are guided, you are equipped, and you are supported by heaven's constant presence. Think of how the Israelites followed the cloud by day and the fire by night. They did not choose their own path. They followed the signs. The same is true for you. The mantle you carry ensures that you will not be left without direction, even in the wilderness. Heaven sends signs to guide your steps. Chosen one, lift your head. Do not fear the weight of what covers you. The mantle is proof that heaven trusts you. The signs are proof that heaven walks with you. And every step you take in alignment brings you closer to the fullness of your calling. So watch carefully, move boldly, and let your declaration be clear. You are not blind. You are not lost. You are not empty. You are chosen. You are covered. And you are aligned. Chosen one. Memory is not a burden, it is a weapon. Too often, the weight of the present blinds you to the power of the past. Yet within your story lies undeniable evidence of God's faithfulness. When you remember rightly, despair loses its grip, fear loses its voice, and doubt loses its ground. Covenant remembrance is the act of looking back in order to stand firm today. There were nights when you did not know how the morning would come, yet it came. There were moments when provision seemed impossible, yet it appeared. There were seasons when loneliness pressed hard against your chest, yet comfort found you. Each of these was not coincidence, but covenant. Heaven's promises followed you even when you had no strength to pursue them. The letter to the Hebrews. Chapter 13, verse 5 reminds us, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Chosen one. This promise has not expired. It was true when the words were first spoken, and it is true now. Every scar on your life carries the proof. The times you thought you were abandoned were actually moments when heaven carried you unseen. The very fact that you are still here, still breathing, still pressing forward, is evidence of a covenant that cannot be broken. Covenant remembrance means refusing to let temporary trials erase eternal truths. The storm you are in now does not cancel the faithfulness of God you witnessed before. Just as He parted seas for His people, just as He fed thousands with little, just as He raised what was dead, He will move again for you. The covenant does not falter under pressure. Look at David. Before he faced Goliath, he remembered the lion and the bear. Those memories were not nostalgia, they were weapons. They convinced him that the same God who had delivered him then would deliver him again. In the same way, your memory is your arsenal. Recall the moments of rescue, and courage rises. Recall the times of provision, and fear loses strength. Recall the comfort in loneliness, and despair crumbles. Chosen one. The enemy thrives on amnesia. He cannot undo the covenant, so he tries to make you forget it. If he can bury your memory beneath layers of fear and distraction, he can weaken your confidence. But every time you pause to remember, you dismantle his schemes. Remembrance reawakens faith. This is why throughout Scripture, altars were built. They were not just monuments of stone, but testimonies of encounters with God. When the people passed by, they would point and say, "This is where He met us. This is where He provided. This is where He delivered." Your life needs altars. 2. Not made of rock, but of memory. Moments you can revisit when the night feels too long. So you remember, He was faithful then, and He will be faithful now. Covenant remembrance also protects you from pride. When victories come, memory reminds you that it was not your strength that carried you, but God's hand. When blessings overflow, memory whispers that you once stood with nothing, and grace filled your cup. Remembrance keeps you grounded, humble, and aware that your story is not self-made, but God-written. Chosen one. The covenant is more than comfort. It is identity. You are not drifting through life without anchor. You are bound to eternal promises. You belong to a God who does not abandon, who does not lie, who does not fail. The world may shift. People may betray. Circumstances may collapse. But the covenant remains unbroken. And hear this: your covenant extends beyond you. The prayers you pray today, the obedience you live out now, echo forward into the lives of those who will come after you. Just as you stand on promises spoken generations ago, others will one day stand on promises sealed through your faith. Covenant remembrance is not just personal, it is generational. So pause. Look back without fear. Revisit the valleys and the mountaintops alike. In each place, there is evidence that you were never forsaken. Let those memories strengthen your feet as you keep walking. Let them remind you that storms pass, chains break, and dawn always comes. Chosen one, covenant remembrance is your shield against despair and your anchor in uncertainty. Hold it close, for the one who carried you yesterday is the same one carrying you now, and he will be the same tomorrow. His covenant is your unshakable foundation. Chosen one. There is a crown waiting for you, but it is not made of gold or jewels. It is woven from purpose, sacrifice, and glory. Crowns in heaven are not ornaments of vanity. They are symbols of victory, testimonies of endurance, and marks of responsibility. To wear a crown is not merely to be celebrated, it is to be entrusted. Many crave crowns for the admiration they bring, but few understand the weight they carry. A crown is not light, it presses on your head with the weight of assignment. It reminds you daily that you are called not only to rise, but also to carry, to serve, and to lead. The greater the crown, the greater the responsibility, as the Apostle Peter wrote in his first letter, chapter 5, verse 4. And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the crown of glory that will never fade away. This crown does not tarnish with time. Unlike earthly accolades, it cannot be stolen, corrupted, or diminished. It is eternal, unshakable, a reward that echoes beyond death. Yet this crown is not placed on heads lightly. It is given to those who endure faithfully, who walk humbly, who steward their authority without arrogance. Chosen one. Consider this. Leadership in the kingdom is not about dominance, but about service. The crown you are called to wear is not for display, it is for function. It equips you to carry burdens others cannot, to walk paths others avoid, to intercede for those who are too weary to stand. Your crown marks you not as a tyrant, but as a servant of glory. And here lies the paradox. The higher your calling, the deeper your humility must grow. The crown of glory rests only on those who kneel low. Pride is too brittle to hold its weight. Arrogance cracks under its pressure. Only humility has the strength to carry glory without corruption. Think of Solomon, crowned with wisdom. His crown was not only about ruling a nation, it was about stewarding divine wisdom for generations. Think of Esther, whose crown carried the responsibility of intercession. Her beauty brought her to the throne, but her courage saved a people. Think of Paul, who spoke often of the crown of righteousness, but it was a crown he bore through persecution, shipwrecks, and scars. Chosen one. Your crown will not be free of cost. It is purchased through endurance, polished through tears and secured through obedience. Every sleepless night, every sacrifice made in secret, every battle endured when no one was watching, all of these are woven into your crown. The world may never applaud those sacrifices, but heaven records each one. Do not be deceived. Crowns are not distributed in comfort, but in conflict. The very struggles you resent are the moments shaping the weight of your crown. Without battle, there is no victory. Without endurance, there is no glory. Every wound healed, every temptation resisted, every storm endured adds another jewel to the testimony you will carry. And yet, even as you anticipate the crown, remember this truth. It is not only for you. Crowns in heaven are personal, but their impact is communal. Your endurance strengthens others. Your obedience clears paths for those behind you. Your faith becomes a shield for those still learning to believe. To carry a crown is to carry responsibility for others' freedom. Chosen one. Wear your preparation with reverence. When the crown is finally placed on your head, it will not be a reward for perfection, but for perseverance. It will not testify that you never stumbled, but that you never quit. It will not say you were flawless, but that you were faithful. And when that day comes, you will not boast in your strength. You will cast your crown at the feet of the one who gave it, declaring that every victory was his, every breath sustained by him, every triumph birthed in his grace. The crown will be yours to wear, but the glory will always be his. So carry yourself with quiet strength. Let humility be your robe, and endurance be your shoes. Walk forward, knowing that your crown is being crafted even now. It will shine with stories of survival, gleam with jewels of obedience, and radiate with the light of glory. Chosen one. Crowns are not only symbols of destiny, they are reminders of responsibility, and the weight upon your head will always echo the strength within your spirit. Wear it well, for you were made to carry it. Chosen one. Feel this truth in your bones. You are not walking alone. There is a remnant scattered, yet connected, unseen yet powerful, those whose spirits resonate with yours. They are marked by the same fire, carrying the same light, moving with the same destiny. Though separated by distance, they are bound by a frequency only heaven orchestrates. The remnant is small, but it is mighty. Do not be deceived by numbers. A spark can ignite a forest. A whisper can start a revolution. A handful of seeds can cover an entire field. What binds the remnant together is not human organization, but divine orchestration. You are part of this gathering, this sacred company heaven has preserved for such a time as this. Chosen one. Picture a lighthouse on a stormy coast, alone. It seems insignificant against the waves, but its beam pierces darkness for miles, guiding ships to safety. Each member of the remnant is such a lighthouse, and when their beams converge, the sea itself cannot hide their light. That is the strength of unity you are stepping into. And think of an orchestra. A single violin may sound fragile, but when joined by trumpets, drums, and flutes under one conductor, the music becomes breathtaking. In the same way, your life is one instrument in a greater symphony. The remnant is heaven's orchestra, and together, your sound carries power to heal and awaken nations. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 20. declaris. For where two or three gather in my name, there am I with them. Chosen one. When you rise, others are strengthened. When you declare truth, others find courage. Your life is not isolated. It is a signal flare calling out to those who carry the same mantle. The remnant responds not to noise, but to authenticity. They do not follow the loudest voice. They follow the truest fire. Picture this: scattered coals across the ground, each glowing faintly. Alone, they flicker and risk fading, but bring them together, and suddenly the fire roars. Unstoppable. That is what happens when chosen ones unite. Your voice adds to the symphony. Your flame adds to the blaze. Your presence strengthens the gathering. This is why sharing this message matters. It is not about numbers on a screen. It is about bringing scattered coals into one fire. When you share, you are helping someone isolated discover they are not alone. When you like, you fan the flame, ensuring it burns brighter and reaches further. When you subscribe, you are saying, I want to remain in this circle of fire, this gathering of the remnant. And when you give, whether time, resources, or donations, you are pouring oil into the flame. Oil does not just keep light alive, it multiplies it. Imagine a lamp in the night. Without oil, the flame sputters and dies. With oil, it burns steady and strong, guiding others through darkness. Your generosity becomes oil. Every seed you sow declares, this flame will not go out on my watch. Chosen one. Hear me. Generosity is not about amount, but about alignment. A single drop of oil can keep a wick burning. A single act of kindness can heal a weary soul. A single seed can produce a tree that feeds generations. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of your action. Whether it is a donation, a prayer, or simply writing a comment, you are contributing to the gathering of the remnant. And yes, I invite you to comment here. Let your words mark your presence among the chosen. When you write, you are saying, I am here. I am part of this fire. I choose to stand with the remnant. Your comment may be the very spark that reminds another reader, perhaps someone broken and weary, that they are not alone. Remember, the remnant is not defined by size, but by substance. While the world chases popularity, the chosen pursue purity. While the masses settle for compromise, the remnant clings to truth. While others bow to fear, the remnant stands unshaken. You belong to this sacred company, chosen one. The gathering is happening now. With every share, more coals are drawn together. With every subscription, the circle grows tighter. With every act of giving, the fire grows higher. You are not supporting a message, you are sustaining a movement. And movements do not end in silence, they end in transformation. So, lift your head with confidence. You are not isolated. You are part of a divine gathering, a chosen remnant rising in strength. Let your flame join the others. Let your voice echo with theirs. And let your presence testify. The fire will not be quenched. Chosen one. Twilight is a sacred hour. It is the place between day and night, where shadows lengthen, where silence deepens, where battles often reach their fiercest point. Twilight is the meeting ground of endings and beginnings, of fading light and approaching dark. And it is here, in this tension, that your showdown is taking place. The enemy waits for twilight because it is the moment of weariness. After long days and heavy journeys, twilight tempts the soul to let its guard down. It is the time when hope feels fragile, when faith feels thin, when compromise whispers most seductively, but it is also the moment when light proves its strength, because even a fading glow outshines the deepest dark. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 5 declares, "The light shines in the darkness, and the dews darkness has not overcome it." Chosen one. That light is you. It may feel small, flickering under pressure, but it has not gone out. And here is the truth. Darkness does not need to be completely defeated to lose. It only needs to be resisted. One spark in the night is enough to announce the end of shadow. One flame can spread until the entire horizon is lit. The showdown at twilight is not a contest of equal forces. It is the final desperation of an already defeated foe. Darkness thrashes hardest just before it retreats. That is why your battles now feel heavier than before. It is not because you are weaker, but because the enemy is running out of time. His push is fierce because his end is near. Look back through Scripture. The Red Sea opened not at sunrise, but at twilight. When Israel's back was pressed to the wall, Goliath fell, not in a season of abundance, but in the valley where Israel trembled. Jesus surrendered his spirit at the 9th hour, when the sky itself grew dark. And yet in that twilight, the greatest victory was secured. Always. Twilight is the battlefield where endings give birth to beginnings. Chosen one. Your twilight season is here, but do not fear it. The shadows that surround you are not stronger than the light within you. The pressure you feel is the sound of walls about to fall. The fatigue pressing on your shoulders is the last weight before release. Do not measure your strength by how you feel. Measure it by the light that refuses to go out inside you. This is the moment to remember who you are. You are not a wanderer stumbling through night. You are a torchbearer igniting the path. You are not a victim of shadows. You are the vessel of light. The darkness knows your name, trembles at your presence, and flees at your stand. The showdown is not just external, it is within. The voices of fear and faith clash. The pull of compromise and conviction wrestle, and the choice is yours. Every time you say yes to light, you weaken the grip of darkness. Every time you refuse despair, you strengthen the flame of hope. Every time you hold fast to truth, you shatter another chain. Chosen one. Twilight also teaches patience. Battles are not won in an instant. They are pressed through with endurance. When the horizon looks dim, you may long for quick resolution. But know this, every moment you endure chips away at the stronghold around you. Victory is not always sudden. It is often forged slowly, steadily, until the enemy collapses under the weight of your persistence. Imagine a candle burning in a storm. The wind howls. The rain beats down. But as long as the wick remains lit, night cannot fully claim the space. That is you. No matter the intensity of opposition, as long as your flame remains, darkness cannot win. And soon, the storm must pass. The night must yield, and dawn must break. Chosen one. The twilight showdown is not your defeat, it is your unveiling. This is the battlefield where your resilience is proven, where your authority shines, where your destiny steps forward. The twilight may feel heavy, but it is only a transition. Darkness does not own the night, it only borrows it for a time. Light always has the final word. So do not tremble at the shadows. Stand firm. Lift your head. Let your flame shine, even if it flickers. For the very fact that you still burn is proof that victory is closer than you think. Twilight is not the end of your story. It is the canvas on which heaven will paint your greatest victory. Chosen one. The moment arrives when the crown is no longer a promise, but a reality. This is not the crown of men, fragile, fading, tarnished with time, but the eternal crown that has been forged through your endurance, polished by your tears, and sealed by your obedience. You stand now, not as one who merely survived, but as one who overcame. And know this, every moment of silence, every hidden prayer, every quiet act of faith became threads in this crown. It was not given lightly, it was woven from your perseverance. You thought no one saw those battles, but heaven did. You thought your pain was wasted, but every ounce of suffering was transformed into eternal weight of glory. The crown you wear is also a mirror, reflecting who you truly are. Where you once saw brokenness, heaven now shows beauty. Where you once saw weakness, heaven reveals strength. Where you once doubted your worth, heaven now declares you royal. This crown is not just a symbol of where you've been, it is a prophecy of where you are going. The Apostle Paul spoke these words near the end of his journey. In the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 7, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Embo, chosen one. These words could be yours. You have fought battles no one else could see. You have finished races that seemed impossible. You have kept faith when voices screamed at you to let go. And now, the crown is placed upon your head, not just as a symbol of victory, but as a commission for the future. For crowns are never the end. They are beginnings. They are not prizes to be admired, but tools to be wielded. The crown signifies that you are ready to walk forward into responsibility, to carry influence with humility, to shine with glory without being consumed by pride. You wear it not for yourself alone, but for the many who will find hope through your story. Chosen one. Understand this deeply. Your victory is not isolated. The courage you displayed has broken chains for others. The prayers you whispered have created paths for those coming behind you. The scars you carry have become maps for others who wander in darkness. Your crown is not only for your head, it is for their freedom. Think of Moses, who bore the weight of leadership so that a nation could walk free. Think of Esther, whose crown became the shield of her people. Think of Jesus, whose crown of thorns became the victory of humanity. Crowns are never selfish, they are always sacrificial. To wear one is to commit to serving, lifting, and protecting those entrusted to your care. And now, chosen one, you are commissioned. The crown on your head is not fragile, it is eternal. The weight you feel is holy. It anchors you, reminding you of the price of obedience and the beauty of perseverance. It calls you to walk differently, to think higher, to live with the awareness that you carry light in a world desperate for it. Do not fear the future. The same God who brought you here will lead you forward. The same hand that sustained you in shadows will guide you in glory. The same voice that whispered in midnight hours will thunder at dawn. You have not come this far to stall. You have come this far to reign, not as the world reigns, but as heaven decrees, with compassion, with justice, with humility. Chosen one, your story is a beacon. Others will look at you and realize survival is possible. Healing is possible. Victory is possible. They will see your crown and know that crowns are not reserved for the perfect, but for the faithful. You are living testimony that endurance is worth it, that obedience is never wasted, that hope is never in vain. Lift your head. Crowned one. Walk with authority, but also with tenderness. Carry your mantle boldly, but never forget the fire that shaped you. Let your light blaze fiercely, but always guide others gently. This is your calling, to live as proof that the chosen cannot be crushed, cannot be silenced, cannot be undone. And when the final dawn breaks, when eternity opens in full, you will lay this crown at the feet of the one who gave it. Every tear, every scar, every victory will be offered back in worship. For though the crown rests on your head, the glory always belongs to him. Chosen one, step forward. The crown is yours. The commission is clear, and the future awaits. Chosen one, if you have journeyed this far, you know this was never just words on a page. It was a call, a mantle, a reminder of who you are. You are marked, sealed, and crowned for such a time as this. Every section you walked through was another layer of awakening, another step into the fullness of your identity. Now, as this message closes, your assignment begins. Do not let the flame flicker out here. Carry it forward. Share it with those who are stumbling in shadows. Because sometimes all it takes is a single spark to guide someone home. A like may seem small, but it is like adding wood to the fire, ensuring it burns longer and brighter. A share is like passing the torch into another's hands, multiplying light across places you may never reach yourself. And I invite you to comment, because your words are not just for you. They are for the remnant reading silently, needing to know they are not alone. Your comment could be the whisper that strengthens a weary soul. Write boldly, write truthfully, and let your voice be part of the symphony of chosen ones rising together. If this journey has fed your spirit, consider subscribing so you remain anchored to this flow. A traveler does not pause at the river's edge when more streams lie ahead, so do not stop here. There are more words, more fire, more awakenings to come. And if you feel led, sow into this work. Giving is not loss, it is planting. It is placing oil into the lamp so the flame does not dim. Every seed multiplies. Every act of generosity fuels the fire that reaches beyond you. Beloved, lift your head, carry this light, and remember, you are chosen.